Imagine craving something so much that missing it for just one day leaves you feeling like something's missing. In China's Xinjiang region, that's exactly how some locals feel about sheep's head. While lamb is part of almost every meal here, eating a whole sheep's head is a tradition reserved for the true fans. And at northern Xinjiang's largest livestock market, countless traders celebrate a successful morning by sitting down to one freshly cooked sheep's head before heading home. For a Hadi's family, that breakfast starts long before the customers ever arrive. Preparing a sheep's head isn't quick, and there's no shortcut. Everything begins by burning away every strand of wool over an intensely hot fire pit. The flames are so fierce that standing too close for a few seconds is enough to singe your eyebrows. Once the hair has been burned off, the blackened outer layer is scraped away before the entire head is soaked in salted water and scrubbed clean. A blowtorch removes the last stubborn hairs while revealing clean skin underneath, but that's only the beginning. Hidden inside the skull are lymph glands, salivary glands, and tiny pockets that can leave unpleasant flavors if ignored. Every one of them is carefully trimmed away with a knife. The nasal cavity, ear canals, and every hard-to-reach corner are cleaned by hand, and even the teeth are brushed individually until spotless. Only then is the sheep's head finally ready for the next stage. The family refuses to rely on ordinary seasonings. Every day, Ahadi's father visits the local spice shop to mix his own signature blend. Star anise, sayoko, cinnamon, and more than a dozen traditional spices are measured with precision before being ground into a fragrant powder. Nothing goes to waste. The glowing charcoal left behind from burning the wool becomes the perfect heat source for an overnight simmer. As the hours pass, the spices slowly work their way through every piece of meat until the once firm sheep's head becomes unbelievably tender. By 4:30 every morning, the entire family is already on the road. They have to reach Huangdong Bazaar before the crowds arrive because the best breakfast customers don't like waiting. The drive is long, so every minute counts. As soon as they arrive, the rich lamb broth is poured back into a large pot and reheated before another handful of the family's secret spice blend is added. The freshly cooked sheep's heads are lined up one after another, while ladles of boiling broth are constantly poured over them to keep the meat moist, glossy, and piping hot. It doesn't take long before livestock traders begin filling the stall. For many of them, this isn't simply breakfast, it's the reward waiting after a hard morning of business. The slow-braised meat is soft enough to pull apart with almost no effort, yet every section delivers its own unique texture. Some bites are rich and silky, others slightly chewy, but all of them are packed with deep natural sweetness that only comes from hours of patient cooking. The locals even have their own special technique for eating it. Instead of rushing, they carefully work every small piece of meat away from the bone with their teeth, making sure nothing goes to waste. For outsiders it might look unusual, but for regular customers, that's part of the enjoyment. It's funny to think that the same jaws sheep once used to chew grass now help diners enjoy every last bite. In Xinjiang, lamb isn't simply another ingredient. It's woven into everyday life, appearing from breakfast through dinner and supporting generations of families along the way.